I don't feel alone. We just settled in and it already feels like home.
You're listening to the Feels Like Home podcast with Mike Throne and Marty Ford. Powered by Horizon. This is big. This is gig. Hey guys, it's Marty and welcome to the Feels Like Home podcast. Today's guest is a two-time Feels Like Home podcast guest. It's Mr. AJ Good. And guys, we're excited to have him on the show again. And he gets us caught up on Pale Fest, which was a festival back in October that he sponsored with the House of Masks. And it was amazing to see. Our town was lit up that day. Tons of people from out of town came in, got a tour of his I would call it a museum, his gigantic mask collection, and had all kinds of celebrities in that genre hanging out for the day. And it was just a wonderful day. So many people came to town, tons of people walking around enjoying our downtown space. And AJ is a great advocate for the city of Chillicothe. And he's also going to be a concert promoter. So he tells us a little bit about a show that he is putting together at 50 West, partnering with those guys. And just gets us caught up on the YouTube channel and the House of Masks and what he's been into lately. So it's a great conversation. We hope you enjoy it. Again, welcome AJ Good, the House of Masks.
We are extremely excited to welcome the honorary mayor of Chillicothe to our podcast once again. AJ Good is in the house. AJ, what's up, man? How you doing? You feeling all right?
Doing great.
We just did 13 minutes of stuff that no one will ever hear. So
13 minutes of things I should apologize for. To be fair, I didn't know that we were recording.
Yeah, it's all good.
Even though you've been on the podcast before.
And you own a board like this.
I do.
Big
That's
red
right.
light.
Yeah. I'm a professional, I think is what the French would call me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Professional.
Let's put me one step above the mayor.
Okay.
King.
Okay.
I like Chillicothe's baby boy. I like that one a lot.
Yeah. You're going to put that on your,
baby
like all
boy.
your social media.
I think that's my cover photo on the Good Life channel.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I'm down with that.
Yeah, I
we'll
like
have
it.
to use that as part of our promo.
The promo, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll work that in.
Good.
You have to send that image to Marty so that way.
No. No Good Life stuff on this one.
Oh, okay.
This is all House of Masks.
This is all House of Masks.
If it was Good Life.
We didn't talk about House of Masks the last time you were on.
Yeah, that's true. We didn't.
We stayed away from that. You wanted to talk about this, but or that.
And this time I'm all alone.
Yep.
You are all
You
alone.
don't have this whole entourage with you, and you're not, MASH. You're not picking on MASH, and MASH is not trying to come back and failing, and Doug's not in the corner with a camera.
That was a good time, though.
That was.
It was a good time.
We enjoyed that.
Not
episode.
surprisingly, number one podcast that we've ever done in terms of downloads.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
You hear that? Heck yeah.
Heck
That's
yeah.
right.
That was
I'm not
very
even
good.
using the H word.
Yep.
I am a good boy.
I mean, I feel like it's AJ Good light.
Diet AJ good. AJ. AJ decent.
I would say AJ zero, but that's a little too. That's actually not.
Yeah, I
not
don't like
nice.
that.
So, House of Masks, the Pale Fest just blew the entire town away.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, it's face it. I had lots of conversations with folks related to that, and they are just, number one, I think, so pleased that no one died.
Yeah.
Because I still think there's these folks out there that think you were going to sacrifice live chickens or something.
Yeah. No, we wanted it to be super family friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
So how did you get from doing your open house, before that to Pale Fest and all these special appearances that you had and everything? It was a tremendous lineup.
Yeah. I won't say that it wasn't a lot of work, because it was, but at the same time, like the amount of stuff that just happened like organically was crazy. So right after the open house last year, me and my buddy Bishop were sitting around with a couple people that had helped all day, and he was the only vendor that was there. It was that Paleface & Co., which I work in like cahoots with, and we were like, we just had like stacks of money from selling all the stuff that we had, and It was the most money that I'd ever like held in my hand at one point, and I just didn't care. I was like sad. I was like, man, like this is cool, and I should be stoked about this, but I just want to do that again, like the interaction and seeing people appreciate the stuff and like hearing these crazy stories and how far people drove and the gifts that they brought me. And it was just like easily the best day of my life. So immediately we just started planning. We were like, let's just do a full-on thing and just make it exactly what we wanted. And that's what happened. And everybody that we reached out to that we wanted, it was like Sleazy from Guar. I was like, I'll see how he feels about it, and if he wants $5,000 to show up to this thing, okay. And he was like, if you pay for my way up there and for my hotel room, I'll do it. I was like, all right, sick. He's like, yeah, I believe in what you're doing. I was like, all right. And then
Yeah, that's awesome.
the other headliners were Distortions, which we went out and visited earlier this year in Colorado, and they're like legendary in that industry. They had like a TV show and all kinds of stuff, and we mentioned the festival to them just in hopes to have a booth on their behalf that somebody with us could run, just to have them kind of present. And Ed was like, we want to be there. We're like, so what do we do? Nothing. It's like, okay, man, like, sweet. It is just one of those things where everybody like saw the vision and
bought in.
And, they're just people that get it, and we owe those people a lot. So
all these folks that are coming from, and how far did you get people coming from?
I had somebody from the UK.
Yeah. So these folks they're staying someplace, right?
Yeah.
Hotels, local hotels.
Yeah. Well, last year, some guy came up to me at the ride on the Monday after, and he was like, "Are you AJ?" And I said, "Yeah." And he's like, "Hey, I'm so-and-so. I don't remember his name. Sorry, guy." And he's like, "I own 5 Airbnbs." And he's like, they all sold out this weekend. And they said that it was for your event. I was like, oh, like that was the first time I thought like, this is going to do something for Chillicothe, not just like my little scene or whatever.
Yeah.
So I thought that was rad. And then this year, I mean, I can't tell you what sold or who went where, but I heard a lot of talks about hotels and a lot of talks about Airbnbs, and I always give people recommendations before they come for like Krispy Kreme, and you got to go to Casa Del, and you got to do this and this and this. So I think it went well. It's really, really weird to see people like going up to Grandview and like taking selfies with the city and stuff because I told them to. That's like the coolest thing.
Well, that entire day, I'm a block away from you, and I had people walking by my house all day long.
Really?
And I conversations with people like, hey, what's going on? I'm a friendly person out in the front yard working, and they're like, oh man, we're here for this event over here. That's just they were talking about it. They were excited about it. Yeah. So I walked over, and it's just chaos downtown. People walking around everywhere, enjoying just the scene. It was awesome to watch. Pretty exciting.
And when you're bringing in people to spend the night, I mean, that's a big deal. I mean, I can tell you right now, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, basically they exist for overnight stays, and so that's how they gauge whatever's successful, so that's why things like, Trader Days and things like that are big deals, because they bring people here, and in some cases, if they're spending the night, that's a big deal.
Right. I heard from Brian, he knows somebody that was there that was asking him like what the deal was, and he told him about it, and they're like freaking out because I'm on their radar now and they don't know what to do or something like that. And they're going to be really pleased to know that next year's convention will be a 3-day event.
Boy.
Yeah.
That's breaking news right there.
Yeah. Reach out to me. Give me money.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah. Listen.
Well, that's not out of the realm of possibility.
How involved with the Halloween festival are you as the...
I'm not really.
Okay, so I can say my truths about it?
Sure. I mean...
I'm not going to say anything mean.
Okay, good.
I'm going to say I find it really weird that they're so against working with me when all I did was try to work with them. And I'm going to say that seeing their flyer again this year and seeing what we did with PaleFest really put it into perspective, like how embarrassed the companies that are working with them should be. Because no offense, but their flyer looks like somebody made it on Microsoft Paint. and the stuff that they're doing, they've been doing for years, and they're getting money from these companies, and everything we did was self-funded. We took no money from anybody. Everything we did was out of pocket. That is crazy to me.
Yeah.
So anyways, companies, if you're looking for better publicity on a better flyer for a better event, and you want your brands to be represented in a much better way than just a Microsoft Paint poster, maybe I'll consider taking your money. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. And this is AJ Good, raw and unfiltered.
Yeah, and
not
Chillicothe
really raw.
Halloween Festival, I still want to see you succeed. All I want is an apology for blowing me off last year, and we'll move forward.
All right, that's good. That's good. Look at that. That's an olive branch
It
right
is.
there.
It is an olive
pretty
branch.
Sweet.
Much rather get along with people than not.
Well, especially since you were bumped into each other on the same weekend, right?
I do that on purpose now. Because, again, I reached out.
Right.
I didn't want anything from them. I wanted cross promotion. I wanted to be like, I'll put you on my flyer. You put me on your flyer. I send people down there. You send people up here. We could just exist. It would be beneficial. How many people do you think that festival is bringing from Texas or from Florida?
Or the UK.
Or the UK. Exactly. So I really wouldn't have benefited much from them. I just love Chillicothe.
Right.
I think that they would have benefited greatly from me sending people down there. It's a block away. And they just ignored me from that point on. And I was like, okay, whatever. So we did it, still had it planned on the same weekend as them, did it. Obviously, my event did way cooler. And then this year I was like, you know what? Maybe they'll reach out. Maybe they'll get with it or whatever. And they didn't. So I was like, same weekend.
I would say that they still took advantage of your crowd. I would say that.
Oh,
still
absolutely.
your crowd
And I
still
should send them an
filtered down.
invoice, but I won't.
Right. So I think what my role here would probably be is to broker a peace agreement
Yeah.
between the two sides.
All I want's an apology.
So does it have to come from a specific person?
No.
Okay.
I mean, whoever's blowing me off, I guess. I got an email back, so I know that they know that I exist. It wasn't like the email just got lost. We talked. That's all.
All right.
I just want to see a cool, spooky time for Chillicothe. That's all I want.
Okay. Right. There you go.
Yeah.
If you're out there and you're affiliated with the Halloween Festival, you can now consider the ball in your court.
That's right.
That's the best way to say it, right?
There you go.
And so you're also doing the podcast.
Yeah, unfortunately.
This was such a great experience, and you decided to ruin that experience by tarnishing it with your own podcast, right?
Here's the thing. Mash and Doug ruined that. Imagine that. We had an idea for what would have been a funny podcast because Mash and Doug are both friends that hate each other, and their arguments are hilarious.
Right.
You guys saw it in person.
Yeah,
Totally.
100%.
So the idea was we were going to have this podcast called Divorced and Unemployed because Doug gets on Mash for being divorced and Mash gets on Doug for being unemployed. And it would have been hilarious. Just me and Shanks feeding them topics and watching them go at it.
Yeah, just implode.
Yeah. And then we get it all set up. We've got the name, like everything's good. We show up here. Mash is like, I don't like it. I don't want to do it.
He did.
I was like, why would you not have told me that a month ago when we figured this out? Like, what?
You were like, why did you wait till we were sitting around the table to have this discussion?
Dude, he is the king of that. Whatever that is.
Yeah.
Poor Cody. Wonder why she left.
Wow.
So,
He has a new girl, though, doesn't he?
not if you ask him. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I just kind of heard that. So
Yeah, I mean, they hang out. She's nice. I just don't think he wants to be serious, I guess. With
Well, I
anybody.
mean,
Whatever. I personally think that that's just his new caretaker, and he's like embarrassed to admit it. But whatever.
hey, Doug, change your underwear. Hey, here's some food.
Yeah. So, yeah, now we have Too Far Podcast, which is just us essentially doing the same thing. We just kind of argue about topics or whatever, and sometimes it goes too far.
Yeah. Which is why it's called.
Too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Shanks got into it real good on one of those episodes.
I heard.
Yeah.
I heard.
Yeah.
And I mean, hey, if it's going to be called too far, sometimes it's going to go too far.
Sometimes you just got to
There's
do
an
it.
expectation, and people will listen because there's a potential for that to happen.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. People love confrontation, drama.
Do you get into much of the mask stuff with that? Not at all, right?
No,
Yeah.
not really. And I'm
Yeah.
cool with that. Like, I feel like a mask's like 23/7. So
Yeah.
to get away from it is fine.
Yeah.
And you really have the niche on YouTube with the masks,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. And like Shanks and Mash and Doug aren't into that anyway. So
Right.
it wouldn't
Yeah.
do me very much good.
And the YouTube channel is still doing very well. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say this is our best year again, ever. It seems like every year just gets better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you attribute that to? Just learning more or more people discovering it? And
Yeah, I kind of think it's like self-feeding. Like obviously there's like exponential growth. Like once you hit a certain point, you just keep expanding because that large audience draws more and more. But man, this year might have been a lot of good luck. There was like a lot of weird things that happened. Like that shoe release was sick.
yeah.
I got a Stage Use Slipknot mask, and then a week later I got a Stage Use Slipknot mask from a member of Slipknot. And then 2 weeks later he called me and was like, hey, can we have a concert at the House of Masks? And I was like, no, but like we can figure something else out. So now that's what that show is.
Yeah.
Just a lot of really weird coincidences, I guess.
Yeah. You mentioned that show. So, are we going to be out before the show? We just talked about the schedule and I can't.
Saturday the 26th.
Saturday
Yeah.
the 26th.
We just talked about it. Here, I'll look it up. You talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that I watch your channel. Now, I will be the first to admit that I'm not really into what you're into. Mm-hmm. But I do find it fascinating when, like, to watch you get excited about, like, somebody shipped you something and you were like, I was surprised. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you get, it's so easy to see your passion for what you collect come out in your, and I think that's why people watch. They like what you like, and the fact that you are gaining attention from all these, like you said, I've heard you say before, like your heroes, right? And then all of a sudden a mask shows up that was actually stage worn with Slipknot.
Yeah.
I mean, how awesome is that?
It's the Holy Grail.
Yeah. And so I watched that video and then a week later something else happened that was even like bigger. Mm-hmm. And it was like, wow, like you said, a lot of good things, like some good luck happened for your channel this year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's been fun to watch.
And then even after this show, I've got some emails going back and forth for stuff that'll probably, like, fingers crossed, happen in December. And people are, I mean, it's just still going. I don't know.
This is big. Verizon Fiber Internet is ready
Let them get you hooked up and power your Wi-Fi network.
with the speed and reliability that only a 100% fiber network can do.
Verizon is ready to help you do what you do better. With real people, real rates, and a real service.
Connect with them today, and the first month is free, plus no contracts and no data caps. Call 740-772-8331
Or visit horizonconnects.com/Chillicothe
to sign up today. But I think this is not an act. You're not an act. Like,
No.
you're a genuine, these are things that you love
Right.
and that you've turned into, I don't want to say a career because that's not right the right word, but really, I mean, you're not doing anything else. I mean, you do some tattooing on the side, but like, this is your real deal.
Yeah.
You know, and I think people see that too when you're genuine and you have genuine love for what you're doing. You know, we were joking about it before we really started recording with Marty's slot car track. Like, if he was just some guy trying to do slot cars and didn't really care about it,
Yeah.
people would see right through it. And they wouldn't look at his stuff. Same thing with you.
Absolutely.
Well,
Actually, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, to the point where, like, I'm not really into that stuff, but I'll watch your videos because I enjoy watching you get excited about what just happened, you know, like what you received.
Yeah, the shoe release thing was like the pinnacle for me. Like that,
I agree. I thought
I could just tell,
cool
like, you
is
were
that?
so moved and humbled and just like
Yeah.
super jacked about that.
Your reaction to it was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
A lot of people, if you're not a skater, you probably don't know about Fallen.
Right.
But like, those were it was so much. When you're a skateboarder, your whole dream is just raiding a warehouse and like getting product. I don't know why that is, but it's just so special to receive things from these companies. And Fallen was like the company for me, and no one else really messed with them. And like, kids had DCs or Lakai shoes or whatever, and I was always the Fallen kid. I'm glad that there's so much photographic evidence of that, because it just sounds like made up. It sounds like any shoe company could have approached me and been like, hey, let's do a shoe. And I'd be like, oh, I love Nike.
Yeah.
But
I
it
love
really is
DC.
fallen. Yeah, like it was fallen all along. I have a fallen tattoo. And
We talked about it when you were on the last time.
Yeah.
Because we had talked about that, because I think I asked the question, like, what would be a big deal for you?
Yeah.
And you were like, boy, if I could get a gig with Fallen, I would be absolutely
That had
stoked.
not happened yet.
Yeah.
You know, and so like that's just really pretty cool.
Yeah,
you know?
they had followed me when they came back. They went away for a while, and then they got new owners, and they followed me on Instagram. I bought a pair of shoes and like posted them, and they followed me or whatever. And they had reached out and they were like, "Hey, let's work together." And I just assumed it was like, we'll send you some shirts, wear the shirts in the video or whatever. And I was like, "Cool, what'd you have in mind?" And they were like, "Let's do a shoe." And I was like, "This is a fake."
Yeah.
DM or something like this isn't real.
Cranking me.
Yeah.
This is really MASH. He's figured out how to type. And
Yeah. He's got Carly typing for him, his caretaker. But yeah, man, it's and that was a weird thing too. I've never designed a shoe,
Right.
but I think they're a smash. They look great, and that's
they're
like
sweet.
all bias aside. Like I just think that they look really, really good. They wanted to do 2 colorways, and the one was like brown, and I was like, nope. I would rather just do one shoe because like I would not wear brown shoes. Mm-hmm. I don't want to put my name on them. And they were like, all right, whatever. So I cost myself money, but I'm much happier just with the perfect shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and again, like, be realistic, right? Like, you could have taken the easy way out, made more money, but it was not something that you liked or enjoyed or thought that other people would like too, right?
People don't understand that either. Like, YouTube's in a weird state now, as if they're ever not. And I like to cuss, man. And I like to talk about stuff that maybe you shouldn't talk about sometimes. And I'm not going to not do that just to make more money.
Right.
I just don't get that mentality. Like, maybe I really just don't care about money that much, but it just seems so weird to me to see some of these people take these ad deals for like, I'll follow like a mechanic or something, and the next thing you know, he's doing ads for like Adam and Eve, and I'm like, man, like, are you really putting this on your, like, that's embarrassing, dude.
Right.
What'd you get out of this?
Yeah.
$1,500? Like,
Right.
I just think that's
it's
so
not
soulless.
Your product, and it's not something that you're.
Yeah,
it's
I
not
will
related
push
to what you
product.
do.
I believe. Here's a perfect example. For the longest time, I thought that companies were scared to work with the House of Masks because of the topics or just the way that I don't censor stuff. But Ridge Wallet reached out and they were like, "Hey, we want to do like a contract thing, three ads or whatever." And I was like, "I don't know. I don't have a Ridge Wallet. I don't use it. Whatever." And they were like, "Well, let's send you one. If you like it, then you can do it." And I was like, "Okay." Send it to me. Loved the wallet.
Yep.
I've done like 15 ads for them now.
Yeah.
So that is what it is. Like Pillow Cube. Again, I was like, yeah, that's a weird thing. I don't know if I would use a Pillow Cube. So they sent me one. Loved it. Did it with them. But I've turned down like jewelry companies. I don't wear rings.
Right.
Even if they sent me rings, I would not wear them. So it's like, I have no interest in working with your ring company. Sorry.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I feel like I ranted.
Well, I think you have to have an ethics statement, right? Even if it's not written down, like what are you willing to do? And you're not willing to sacrifice what you believe in, what you're passionate about, just for $1. I mean, and your reputation and your channel are important to you. And like you said, you only want to represent things that you would use or that it's an ethics thing, man. And I have to applaud you for having strong ethics.
Appreciate that. If you ever see me doing an Adam and Eve commercial, just beat me up. Just beat me with a stick.
I'm allowed to do that, but
I gave you permission.
well, that's true. That's true. Right here on the air.
Yep.
I understand that there was an attempted partnership with Marty on boards. Is that true?
Yeah, and I failed him.
No, you didn't fail me.
But I ran into the same thing you ran into. It's like
it's a weird thing, man.
The supply chain for skateboard stuff in general. Like, I'm not making longboards anymore because I can't get product.
Yeah.
And the guy that I used to work with out of Huntington Beach, California, didn't survive the pandemic. So it's like, well, there's my wholesaler.
Yeah.
And then everybody else is taking advantage of that. And they're like, you have to spend $25,000 with us before we'll sell you stuff.
And you're not
Small
going to
builder,
do that
man.
volume.
Small builder.
Yeah.
I want to do it eventually, but I was just not happy with what I found online. The wait time is insane. I cannot imagine that many companies are choosing this one company to do boards with. And it's like, if I do 50 boards, I know how you do that. I know how you're putting those on there. It's a machine and it's hand guided or whatever, but like, there's just no reason that I should be waiting 4 months for 50 skateboards. And the prices, they trick you. They're like, blah, blah, blah for blah, blah, blah. And then you do all the stuff and it's like, actually, it's going to be $600 more than you thought.
Right.
So I'm going to wait. I just don't like that.
Yeah. So what other things are you working on that maybe I haven't talked about or that I don't know about?
We talked about the show. Show promotership that's a different ballgame that I've never experienced. And I don't know that I want to experience it again.
Yeah, it's a tough.
Oh, man.
It's rough.
Yeah, the amount of money that I've spent to make this happen is next level. I think I've spent just as much money to make this happen as I did for PaleFest, and that is crazy because PaleFest was like 9 months of preparation.
Yeah.
This has been like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I was going to say almost a month, but
Yeah.
that's probably by the time you get to the show, right?
Yeah, I don't even.
What do you anticipate the crowd will be like for that show?
Hopefully-
Are you doing it upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 120 cap in that room, and I want to sell it out.
Yeah.
I want people to get like turned away.
Yeah.
I know that sounds bad, but we want it to look as hectic and chaotic as possible. I want 50 West to have to bill me for something that gets broken.
Zach, if you're listening, I'm sorry.
Dude, it was his idea.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how that worked out. Shout out to 50 West and shout out to Zach because I was about to go pay $850 for the Elks, which we were kind of stoked on at first because it's a huge ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
They have a real stage. Sorry.
okay.
Didn't want to stain your microphone. And as we were walking back, we just happened to walk into 50 West to talk to Zach. And we told him what was going on. And he was like, he didn't even let me finish my sentence. He was like, why don't you just do it here for free? And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, dude, like, we love your stuff. We were super stoked with PaleFest, which he was. He sent me a big message on Facebook a few days later. He's like, I was like, are you sure? Like, this is a rough crowd. It's going to be like a hardcore house show. He's a musician, so he knows exactly what I'm talking about. He's like, yep. I was like, okay, like, let me talk to Sid, the guy from Slipknot, who's producing that band, that big band. And I showed him like the pictures or whatever, and he was like, yep, that's the one. I was like, okay, man. So shout out to 50 West.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
He knows he's going to make money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
he is totally into community collaboration.
Yeah, he really is.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's funny because I'm not going to lie. When I saw that we were getting 50 West, I was like, oh, like, Jesus, another brewery. Like, last thing we need is a brewery. I don't drink.
I was gonna say,
so
yeah,
I'm not
you
a big
don't
fan
even
of alcohol and breweries, and I think it's kind of hipsterish or whatever. But man, 50 West has really, really won my respect. I think that it's so cool that they're so cool. They get behind everything cool.
Yeah.
And like, he messaged me after PaleFest, and he was like, hey man, like, everybody has like this weird, incorrect, preconceived notion about 50 West just having like endless money to throw at stuff and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, we really don't. And like, we barely scrape by with these events that we do. And he's like, we did really well at PaleFest. I just want to thank you. And it like kind of made me shed a little tear a little bit. Yeah, Zach is the man. 50 West is cool. So shout out to them for sure.
Yeah. And it's going to be a great way for them to kind of test out what they've been trying to do with music.
Yeah.
So, you're not going to probably have a hardcore house show every weekend, but
Yeah, I'd be surprised if it gets invited back. But the cool thing is, if we can do it there and pull it off, it'll show Chillicothe that that's possible. So then imagine a 500 cap at the Elks or something.
Sure. Yeah.
So, hopefully that'll just open the door for. I miss music like that. Like, I'm not real into like metal music anymore because I'm a grown up.
Yeah.
I'm almost 30 now. But 15 years ago, when we were going to Middle Grounds every weekend, like, that was so fun, man.
Yeah.
I want that again. I miss my friends.
Yeah.
And it feels like just yesterday, but like 15 was half my life ago. So, yeah.
Yeah. That's a really cool story because I think, it does speak to the idea that like sometimes you just have to be lucky or stumble into something that ends up making the whole gig or making the whole event,
Yeah, and I did the math yesterday and realized how much money I've spent on this, again, out of pocket. Chillicothe Halloween Festival. And I was just like, man, I don't even care to eat this because this is never going to happen again. The DJ from Slipknot wants to put on a show in Chillicothe. Like, think about that for a second.
Right.
With these bands that are big enough that they would never, ever have to touch Chillicothe.
Yeah.
And like, it's happening right down the street. And then there's a meet and greet at my building after. And I'm going to get content out of it because, like, now I get to shoot a video with the DJ Slipknot either before or after the show. And it's just going to be cool.
Yeah, that'll pay dividends too, in lots of different ways. Chillicothe, there's a lot of people that have had the dream, that I've heard you talk about like, why can't we be like a center for music?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we have venues, we have places to play. Why isn't Chillicothe a stop on all these small bands, tours? And I think that it definitely would be. I mean, it's a great town for that. We do have a pretty good music scene. You've got Tara at Steiner's that has provided place for lots of different people to play, and 50 West has been open to some things, and we've got some open mic nights throughout town that I think that could do pretty good. But man, we have the Majestic venue that is fantastic. That could be fantastic for music, and it just. It gets a little bit of momentum, and then something happens.
Yeah. I mean, the last one that happened was COVID, and we're just starting to see live music pick up again from that.
Yeah.
And in fact, is interesting. All that. So we're recording this the day after the Taylor Swift debacle, which I know AJ was probably waiting on.
I got my tickets.
Yeah. So
I don't know why nobody else had any problems because I got mine.
But Tara actually posted something today that basically just said, hey, just to let you know, like, you don't have to go to a show that will cost $800 a ticket.
Yeah.
Come see the local bands that not just me, but all these other folks are bringing to town.
Yeah.
Because you're catching these folks on the way up, or maybe they never get there, but they hit home for you as an amazing act. And I can tell you from going to Steiner's several times to see bands, I still listen to some of those guys that are still putting out music. They're just not coming here.
Think about how big Tyler Childers is.
Yeah. Right?
And he played how many shows there?
Yeah.
So
He played multiple shows there. Yeah.
And the thing is, man, like, just suck it up. And you're going to have a good time anyways. Like, I have been to these big shows and seen my favorite band. I saw Billy Strings. It was one of the first shows I went to after COVID. And it sucked. Like, he was great, but I was so far back and I paid so much money for these tickets and I was so disappointed. And I was just like, why would I ever do this when I literally have more fun watching like the Basement Collective at a First Thursday?
Right.
So that was it. That changed my whole mindset on that type of thing.
And how good they are.
Yeah.
I mean, they are fantastic.
Yeah. It's a vibe, man. Like that whole thing. You cannot beat a First Thursday just like in general. Yeah. So yeah, the fact that people are always complaining that there's nothing ever to do in Chillicothe, blah, 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 blah. And then we do stuff like this and people are like, Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, support your local everything, right?
That's
like,
right.
I mean, I don't care if it's House of Masks or Steiner's or 50 West or, the Dock or whatever, like, support your stuff.
Yeah.
And more
Old
good
Capitol.
things will happen. Build that capital up so that way we're always trying to get better,
That's right.
So
Absolutely. That's why I do the every year, like before the every year, 2 years now, before the open house and before Pale Fest, I put together a video of things to do for people that are staying here.
Yeah.
Because I want Casa to be stoked that I'm sending people in there, and I want Krispy Kreme to be stoked that I'm sending people in there.
Yeah.
Signature donut? Question mark?
yeah.
Krispy Kreme?
There you go.
And another thing that we
With the
did.
shoes, man.
There you
It
go.
would be,
signature
for sure.
That would be pretty elite.
Another thing that we did was we found, while we were out in Colorado, we found these Easter eggs that were jack-o'-lanterns. And the day before Pale Fest, we went to all these local businesses and we hit them, and they have wristbands in them. So the thing was, you go into these businesses, you find the wristbands, you have to buy something, and then you get free access to Pale Fest.
Wow.
Super rad.
cool.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I don't know anybody else.
So it's like
doing
a
that.
scavenger hunt throughout
That's
our town.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, and you're bringing people in there that weren't going to go into those places, perhaps.
Yeah.
And then you can also track it back and
Yeah.
say, hey,
Yeah. Go get a tee from High Five or buy a record at Jesse's or
Yeah.
whatever.
get a T-shirt of your stay here in lovely Chillicothe, Ohio.
Yeah.
So
It was cool.
yeah, that's awesome. Well, man, I'll tell you what, just Palefest is, we didn't go, but we drove by, and my son was like, hey, that looks really cool. What is that? And I was like, man, I blew it. I should have really brought him down. And so I think we're going to be at the next one. It'll be interesting to see how my daughters react to everything, but why not?
Were they nervous when they walked up during the trick-or-treat thing, or did I just make that up?
So only Juliana does not care. She's my 9-year-old. She's, she will go up to anybody, but Lucy's a little bit more timid. So I think she was a little like, what's this all about? Yeah. But once everybody was nice, like it didn't matter. Oh, you have candy? Yeah. Cool. Thanks a lot.
That was a fun time.
Yeah.
We were having construction on the building, unfortunately, but the idea was a mini walkthrough for locals of the building or whatever, which anybody that wanted to go in, we would let go in. But hopefully next year when the building's not under construction during the downtown trick-or-treat, we can do a mini walkthrough there.
Man, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. And then I don't know if I mentioned this, but there's a meet and greet after that show on the 26th at the House of Masks. So people still get to come look at stuff. They get to meet all the bands, take your pictures with them, because
that's cool.
They're all theatrical and stuff. Mm-hmm. Get your picture with me.
So make sure
the line to get a picture with you was huge.
Freaking weird, man.
Well, you don't have to tell us. We know.
That's strange.
I was like, well, there's no chance of me seeing AJ because I love you, man, but I'm not standing that line.
Yeah, I'll just catch you next week.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was strange. I'll dress up for you guys whenever you want.
Well, you've come out when you were filming videos before, and I'm sitting in my office, and I'm just like, oh, there's AJ.
Oh,
Double take.
He's possessed today.
Yeah.
All right.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Make sure everybody knows where to find
all the
you.
details.
Yep.
The House of Masks on pretty much everything. Unfortunately, I even have a TikTok. So, Instagram at the House of Masks, YouTube, the House of Masks. Those are my two big ones. I have a Facebook page that kind of ties all those in. And got a TikTok. I got a TikTok. Yeah.
I need to follow you though, because I don't follow you, so I'll
follow you back.
Yeah, that sounds great.
What a terrible app. I think that's it. Come out to the show.
Yeah, I was going to say the details about the show.
November 26th. It's the Saturday. We're calling it Thanksgiving weekend, and it's going to be brutal. I think that these are easily the heaviest bands that have ever been in Chillicothe, so I think people are the locals that don't really know are going to be like, what?
Yeah.
At 50 West, doors are at 7. The bands start at 8. It's a very intimate, floor show. So you'll be right there with the bands. And then there's a meet and greet and stuff after. And it's being hosted officially by Sid Wilson of Slipknot, the biggest metal band in the world. So that's some bragging rights for me right there.
Yep.
So if you come out to that, you'll get to meet Sid.
Yeah, a lot of people might not be into metal, but a lot of people know who Slipknot is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, AJ Good is legit. No question about
Amen.
it. He's a real dude with a great passion for what he does and a great passion for the town.
That's right.
And there's no denying that. So thanks for being on again. And, man, I wish you the best of luck with this show and every other crazy, wild idea that you come up with, too.
Appreciate you. Appreciate both of you guys a lot. So thanks for everything.
You got our support for sure.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Bye forever.
Bye forever.
You're listening to the Feels Like Home podcast with Mike Throne and Marty Ford. Powered by Horizon. This is big. This is gig.
It feels a little strange, but I don't feel alone. We just settled in and it all